Alright, we got BMG taking on Ogre here in another CiC Week 3 matchup. Obviously, drafting phase is going to be entirely missed because apparently they remade it to all pick, so just have to go through the lineups straight away. Wretched Hag, Empath, Chipper, and Pyromancer, and Blacksmith. 2 ands there apparently. Will be the heroes here for the Legion side, and notice that they are not using either Limp or Jonathan fans, so we came strong and support instead, ringing for BMG. We'll see how that affects them. Obviously, this is a matchup of really number 1 and number 6 in terms of overall, CiC ability right now. Ogre pretty much no doubt the lowest ranked team in CiC, and BMG unquestionably the best team in Han. I guess you could question that, but I really wouldn't. I think it's pretty clear. And yes, I know that they're still bugged. As we can see, there are no items. The health bars are weird. I tried to reinstall the compatibility file, and it did this anyway, so I guess we're just going to have to live with it, and we'll see if how that much that matters. Obviously, won't be able to do too much item analysis if there aren't any items, but it shouldn't make that much of a difference, I hope, especially because a lot of the time I mostly ignore items anyway. BMG no doubt knocked down a peg or so just because they are using 2 ringers. We Came Strong is not a player that I've heard of before, but let's see how he does here. I checked that because actually I've had locked camera bugs before in these replays, and it's nice to know that hopefully that won't be the case this time. No matter what, this Legion side going to be running the support Pyromancer. I actually like that a lot. We don't see that hero too much, and I think we should, definitely. I think support Pyro has a lot of potential, especially in terms of wave clear. She's got pretty fantastic burst damage, a nice AoE stun, and I just feel like this is a hero that should be seen more often. Blacksmith, probably not. I think maybe BMG is trolling a little bit because they know that perhaps their opposition isn't quite as good as they are, so they're going, all right, we can play around a little bit with this game and try some new stuff, perhaps, especially considering we're playing with a ringer or 2 ringers, and this guy maybe has some skills on heroes that we're not used to, so that is perhaps their rationale. Regardless, we got Blacksmith. Looks like we're going to be 1v1 here in this middle lane up against Swiftblade. We'll drop the spin very, very quickly, so interesting there. And in the meantime, looks like Seal Kid on that Pyromancer is going to rotate. We got Neresive Jungle Ophelia here, as I have failed to talk about the Hellborn team at all. Engineer, Lodestone, Swiftblade, Ophelia, and Magnus. We saw the guys on Ogre play Lodestone against, I literally just cast CiC Esports. I literally just casted that. Anyway, bottom lane, Fuzi going to take a couple of stuns here. Lava Surge into the NG keg, and this is going to be some trouble here. Tartos just gets him enough to get away, but the health pod's going to get cancelled. And Fuzi going to be in some trouble here, at least in terms of his ability to stay in lane, just because he's now probably mostly out of regen. Seal Kid will give him a second health potion, but nice engagement there from the Hellborn side, using a couple of stuns, forcing the opposing team short later out of lane, and having him use about 200 gold worth of regen to get only 100 gold worth of regen. While going out there onto Ophelia, though, from Empath. And she'll just wait, dodges a rocket there, but Magnus actually gets hit by it. Demstrat's playing that initiator role. And Hellborn side, pretty solid balance here. We've got quite a bit of team fight, obviously, with Lodestone, Engineer, Magnus, and Swiftblade, as well as defensive capability of Ophelia in those team fights. Solid gank potential as well, especially from long range. And something they were lacking the last time they comboed the Lodestone and Magnus is that push potential. And this time with Ophelia, they definitely have it. So I'm liking the Hellborn lineup quite a lot here, actually, especially because, running junglers versus non-jungle lineups does tend to give you an advantage. So Ogre, no doubt, looking pretty solid. And Legion side, obviously, a bit more experimental in terms of their hero choices, but it's BMG. I trust Hanskin and his ability to evaluate what is good. So talking about the lanes here a little bit, obviously middle lane should go pretty substantially in favor of Swiftblade. He's a lot better in terms of the right-click auto attack, and of course he's got an ability that makes him magic immune, and Blacksmith hates that, so should be a pretty easy win here for Count Crapula on this Swiftblade, going up against We Came Strong. Seal Kid's here looking to help out a little bit, as he's been roaming a little bit in his jungle from bottom and from mid to bottom and now back to middle. And interesting though that they're running the solo mid Swiftblade. perhaps more of a TMM strat than anything else, although Count Crapula is their typical carry player, so you would expect him to get as much farm, or if not more, than anybody. Going to take a couple of stuns there. Will be just fine as he spins. Phoenix Wave obviously unavailable from Steel Kid as he is still level 1. Top lane, meanwhile, yeah, the Hanskin actually playing the Suicide Hag, as they of course have picked up support, so support likely playing more of that hard support role with Steel Kid taking the second support, and therefore Hanskin forced into the more of the Suicide role. And support as well playing Empath, his signature hero. So prepare to see some pretty awesome walls because he will provide some pretty incredible entertainment on that hero. Going back to DreamHack Winter, I believe, was the last time we saw him with BDT up top. Meanwhile, Hanskin taking a fair bit of damage, has Blink, and will get it off. Turret going down there as well. One more auto attack, yes! Cluckmuck actually will clean up the first blood onto Hanskin there, and that's a well done. So he rotates all the way from bottom to top lane, and as a result picks up that first blood. That leaves Demstrats playing a true suicide here, as Simple Linen is also ringing for Team Ogre. They do have a relatively large roster though, Drogon, Mex, various other players also showing up for them at points. Mex 2000, there's a lot of them. Anyway, bottom lane, it looks like Gemstats will be in some trouble. Wall will help finish him off, and meanwhile in the middle lane, Swiftblade did actually go down thanks to the Phoenix Wave, and just enough stun lockdown before he was able to get that spin off, and obviously does not make him immune to physical damage. The last auto attack there from Fuzi will, from Sealsfit, excuse me, will get the kill. Bottom lane looks like we're having a pretty early tower push here as Pause comes out, but once again we don't really care thanks to the auto skip Pause. So apparently Count Crapula perhaps having some DC issues or having some internet issues or whatever, but he is back and he is fine. Bottom tower will be heavily pressured here. No doubt an excellent maneuver after getting that Magnus kill. Next thing to do is take that tower, and then Fuzi will probably start to rotate pretty heavily, especially once he hits level 6, as the gank potential of Chipper in the early to mid game is extremely high. Obviously the burst damage, amazing. And Steel Kid's going to drop a couple of spells here on Swiftblade, which won't get the kill, but be enough to annoy him. Illusion Empath dying right there. So far BMG taking a decent enough lead, about 1,000 in both gold and experience. And obviously neither of those insurmountable, especially 5.5 minutes in. Meanwhile, Engineer will be here as well. Swiftblade does have access to Swift Splashes. We'll see if they can burst him down. No, they can't. Swifty will get that, but Steel Kid gets the counter kill. So ends up being a 1-for-1, slightly in favor of Legion side, I think, just because Swiftblade is more of a carry role here, and I don't think that Blacksmith is playing a one role by any means. So even though it was Steel Kid that got the kill compared to Swiftblade that got the kill there, just the fact that they killed the opposing team's carry, obviously very, very valuable. And bottom lane Chipper continuing not to do too much, but obviously Magnus is a little bit scared of showing himself, scared of the burst damage that Chipper can provide, even though he does not have too much mana at this point, just 165, so has enough for, I think, just his Saw Blades. Oh yeah, 140, just Saw Blades and not even one rocket. Meanwhile, middle lane, looks like Blacksmith's looking for something, diving the tower pretty heavily here and taking a lot of damage. Empath Wall goes down, that's going to force him across the side, but he doesn't care. He can spin if he needs to, and no, actually 10 seconds. 2 rockets hit there from Chipper, and that's going to be a kill. Nicely played there from Fuzi with the rockets, actually, as that was no doubt essential to securing the kill. Notice the Seal Kid's Dragon Flame hit just on the edge of it, which means that the mini stun from Fuzi's rockets likely enabled Seal Kid to just barely get the range to manage to pick up that kill. So Count Crapula not having the greatest time in that middle lane thanks to the rotation from Pyromancer, as well as some assistance coming out from Empath and Fuzi. Top lane, meanwhile, actually looks like Hanskin will grab the kill here. And Shatterstorm goes out. He will die first, though, so the the haunt damage does kill him. Probably actually did a lot more damage and might have only gotten that kill thanks to the Shatterstorm reducing Lodestone's magic armor to 0.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Decent enough play there from Pethin, but I think he probably killed himself. Maybe he would have died anyway. And considering how much health he had, I really can't blame him for going for something like that, because he's like, alright, I'm likely dead. I might as well take you with me. Mid lane, meanwhile, once again, Swiftblade forced to spin. as he's just receiving a ridiculous amount of pressure, and I'd like to see them rotate a little bit more in terms of support to this middle lane to try to help him out. It does not seem like they're giving him the proper amount of help. And at 213 gold per minute, he really needs to pick his farm up at this point, because you look at the GPM charts here, obviously BMG taking a pretty good lead with both Blacksmith and Chipper occupying a better farm than anybody else on the Hellborn side. And, well, Hag too, for that matter. Ophelia off the side here, looking for a jump onto Wretched Hag. Has a Skeleton King and the Alchemist Ogre. Alchemist Ogre not going to be too helpful, but there's the Rocket Drill, followed by the Skeleton King net, and the Head Smash does a lot of damage. Hag gonna blink away, and will chug the bottle, so she'd be okay. And that's obviously the reason that you see Hag run as the Suicide, that blink right there. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Fuzi looking to get the kill here, and Magmus won't be able to do so unless he's going to haste rune, so he probably misses the rocket, and now he's going to be in some trouble. Tower's already dead, so actually he'll be okay. And that haste providing just enough getaway to allow him to escape. Obviously the bottle charge is helping out quite a lot as well. And no doubt Fuzi making that dive because he knew he could. With the haste rune up, he's like, yeah, they really can't stop me. Magma's stun was down. Engineer stun pretty much impossible to hit on a hasted target, so not that big a deal. Empath here looking for a wall in this middle lane to shut down Swiftblade. And Legion side obviously have already taken down that one tower, perhaps looking for a second here in the middle lane. And I'd like to see them, be super aggressive. Top lane, Hanskin dies once again, actually. Shatterstorm goes down. There's the Rocket Drill. Nicely timed here, and man, Head Smash there after the Shatterstorm goes off does half of Hag's health. Bottom lane, Magmus could be in trouble. Couple of rotations as Empath and Blacksmith come over. But they won't find anything. And now Magmus looking to be the aggressor here, but Fuzi backing off just enough on that Chipper. And obviously Fuzi continuing to farm pretty well here, 370 gold per minute. Demstrats wants the opening, but Fuzi's just barely getting himself enough distance between the creep wave and Magmus to not give him that opportunity. Fuzi will poke back to base. Mid lane Swifty continuing to be afraid, really, to come up to this creep wave, and you can't blame him considering how many times he's died. And I continue to not understand why they won't support him. I mean, I just feel like Cluckmuck should be going, I'm going to live in this middle lane with Swiftblade, because he needs to get some creep kills here. And he finally rotates over here, but support's here as well. There's a word of sight, so they definitely saw her. And they're going to draw a teleport in here as well, but Empath going to be able to get away. Mid-tower falls. There goes Magmus with the stun. Seal Kid stun also going to hit. Blacksmith looking for the turn kill here. Nope, Newer's busting comes out, and there's the wall. Not going to do too much as We Came Strong is getting trapped out by the creep wave. That's going to be the first kill. Man, Pyro ulti just destroys Engineer, and Hag manages to finish off Demstrats on that Magmus. Off to the side here, looks like Sawblade Showdown will go down onto Ophelia. That's going to be a kill. And Shatterstorm is here. Empath going to be in a lot of trouble. Head Smash is available, and that's going to be the death of her. But now he's got no magic armor. Chipper pounding in the water on the auto attacks. Seal Kid not going to get frenzy tick damage. No, he will be all right. Meanwhile, here's Swiftblade looking to try to get a counter kill onto Fuzi, but it's probably not going to be there. Does not have the mana. Does not have the spin. Actually, does have the mana. Just doesn't have the spin. And obviously doesn't want to die at the tower. So pretty substantial team fight there. I feel like it was relatively even. Ended up being a 3 for 3, I believe. No, Hanskin didn't die, I don't think. Did he? Yeah, he did. Relatively even then, yes. Top lane actually Cluckmuck drops despite dropping the energy field as he gets cut out by the wall, and doesn't matter because Empath is inside of Blacksmith. Last auto attack actually gets support as he gets the Essence Link kill. But now they're going to do some counter as Lava Surge there on to technically 3. Han's going to be in some trouble. Last auto will finish him off, and now Blacksmith going to be in a lot of danger. Essence Link doing a lot to help him heal up. And Magmus over here has another Lava Surge looking for something, but Pyromancer's there already. Will finish him off with the Phoenix Wave. And the stun comes down to the Lodestone. That's going to be a death onto him. Can he get the kill? Yes. Blacksmith also falls. So good support there from BMG. And now they're looking to jump in here as Swiftblade's coming in, has the spin on top of Empath. She's definitely going to fall here. And we'll see if CiC can manage to get herself out of here. Hanskin's back in, going to drop this on our Scream and Haunt, but the port back onto Swiftblade. Bat Blast there doesn't matter because, again, port back. So there goes Swifty, and that'll be it. Chipper going to find Ophelia there. That's going to be a nice, easy kill. Hans can get the last hit with the Sonar Scream. So that fight definitely going in favor of BMG as they pick off Magnus, Lodestone, and Ophelia in exchange for Empath, Blacksmith, and Wretched Hag. Yeah, might be pretty even actually as well. Considering Fuzu wasn't there for a lot of it, then it might have been in favor of the Legion just because he could have been farming. But they're not going to stop the aggression here on BMG, as it looks like they're looking to finish off the last Tier 1 tower. Shadowstorm going to get charged up here by Lodestone. He's looking for the rocket drill. There it is. Going to follow the port as well. We'll see if they can get the kill. Hanskin's going to drop immediately, but the Saw Blade goes down. Easy kill into Lodestone. Now it's like Seal Kid will fall, but they will get the last hit onto Engineer as well. 2? Yes, 2 for 2. 2 for 2 and stops the push. So now Swiftblade will have some farm, and he gets a couple of kills. Count Crapula all of a sudden up to 350 gold per minute as he's sitting at 6-3-1, so he's picked up a lot of the recent kills. And that's very, very important, especially any stuff like this Onslaught streak for 411 gold. That's critical. I mean, regular kill gold, what, 250, 300 or something like that for somebody who's on a 1 or 2 kill streak and maybe is around the same level as you. Having that extra 150 gold from a kill is pretty substantial, even if it is just a support. So Count Crapula finally getting up there in terms of the GPM. Now does rival Chipper. And obviously his late game carry potential is much, much higher. So he won't be able to make as effective use as the gold as Chipper will right now. But anyway, multicast going on there onto Ophelia. She will drop immediately. Swiftblade trying to get the hell out of there. Empath going to drop Yes's Link, but there's a spin and the port. And he will be just fine with that Swiftblade. So ends up being a nothing for 1. But they try to do some damage to the tower. And they do in fact have that accomplished. Words are hard. Sorry, I haven't done this in like a month, so excuse me, I might be a little bit rusty. Mid lane Blacksmith and Lodestone. Not too much action there. Anyway, top lane, this tower will be finished off, so BMG prioritizing taking towers, grouping up and pushing. They don't really have a particularly strong push lineup, but they're clearly intentionally pushing down these towers. And Silkin's at 330 gold per minute. 7-1-3. He's got a portal key. That's pretty amazing. Obviously, everybody on this Legion side having a good game. When your lowest farmer is the support here, your hard support at 220 GPM, that's not bad. If every game I played a support, I had 220 gold per minute, I'd be very happy. Energy field going to drop here, and Hanskin's going to be in some trouble. He gets stunned out, looking for the blink. Can't quite find it. Does finally get it, though. Count Crackle going to pick off support, and Hanskin there gets the double tap with these Swift Slashes and spin. So, well played there, as they basically were just like, you're going to run through our woods, we're going to kill you. Seal Kid running away here, and we'll find We Came Strong on that Blacksmith. Looks like this will be a mid-push here, and this is going to be where Ophelia comes in. So like I was talking about, that last game they played with this Magnus Lodestone combination, they had issues pushing. And that's not going to be the case here. Jump onto Blacksmith immediately. Kegson will not connect, though. Newer's Blessing goes down, and We Came Strong in a lot of trouble. Head Smash can help finish him off, and Lodestone will get the kill. Bat Blast hits onto 2 there. Ophelia going to be in some trouble, actually. Steel Kid does manage to hit the stun, but the Rocket Drill into 2. Steel Kid definitely going to drop here. There it is. Sawblade Showdown not doing too much. Empath is inside of Wretched Hag, and it looks like the Hellborn side are going to be able to get away here. We'll see if they can finish off Swift. Yes, they can. Hanskin is going to be okay. Now, perhaps in some trouble? No. Yep, there's one stun. Nope, Rocket Drill stun actually misses. It's not going to matter. They will get the kill. But before Hanskin actually also picks up Ophelia, now going to try to chase on Engineer. Rockets are not going to connect him to anything, and that will be the end of the engagement. Cluckmuck just barely able to dodge. So they clean up the Ophelia creeps there as well. So BMG losing that fight initially, really, as they dropped a bunch of heroes, but coming out and then cleaning up a few hero kills after that. They still maintain a 19-18 hero kill lead, as well as a pretty substantial gold lead, but they're down in experience. So Team Shrek is loved and has given BMG a run for their money here, and this is looking like a real game. 17 minutes in previous matches, especially against CiC, Ogre was basically out of it. In Game 1, they CC'd less than 16 minutes in, so obviously we're already past that point. In Game 2, they were looking okay, but not that great. This You know, they've got some potential here. Swiftblade's farming fairly well, but not that well. Lava Surge there will avoid the stun from Seal Kid, and it looks like they're going to push bottom lane here on BMG. And we'll see if Ogre choose to respond to this. They have Eruption, they have Swift Slashes, they have Shadow Storm, and they have Energy Field, so they should be looking to take a team fight here. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get in position in time, though.
The Legion have
and that's going to be another tower kill for the Legion side. As you notice, Ogre have taken precisely 0 towers. And with the Ophelia on their team, that's really an issue. You know, they need to be a lot more able to jump up and to group up, and push. Especially considering they've got the team fight. You know, they've got 5 heroes who team fight well. They've got 5 heroes with AoE ultimates. Or, I guess in the case of Ophelia, global ultimate. Same thing. And you look at the Legion side, a lot of them is single target. You know, Empath, largely single target. The wall is more disruptive than anything, but Essence Link is a single target ability. Pyromancer, ultimate, single target. Blacksmith, single target. Chipper, mostly single target. The rockets can only hit 1 target. Blades can obviously hit more than 1, but only if you get a really, really good lineup. And it feels like Ogre should be just grouping. I mean, it's 19-8, so they're down in gold. They probably don't know that. They probably can guess, and they're up in experience, which they should know because levels are, you know, there. Count Crapula's level 14. He's the highest level in the game, and the second highest level of the game is Lodestone. So it seems to me, you know, you've got a level 9 Ophelia, so she's got access to 3 creeps. Why are you not pushing? You've got all of your ultimates. Why are you not pushing? Instead, you're once again getting pushed in by BMG. You're forcing yourself to react instead of forcing the other team to react. And it just feels to me like there's so much potential with this Hellborn lineup to do a lot of damage. Their jump onto Lodestone, he's going to take a bunch of damage. Shotblade Shoto goes down and immediately bursted by Seal Kid's ultimate. So that's going to be a nice pick onto him. And just so timid. And again, I don't know what Swiftblade's doing up here. I don't know if he has a TP or not. Obviously, I can't see his inventory. But why? What are you doing here, man? He's going to take the top tower. Great.
Destroyed a Legion tower.
Meantime, your team's dying over here. Hanskin's going to jump in. Engineer going to be the first to fall. Eruption getting channeled here by Magnus, but actually gets stopped by the Essence Link. Swiftblade Switch has to come in as he finally TP's in. Seal Kid's the only kid he's going to get hit, though. Lodestone comes back in here with the Shadow Storm. That's going to be a kill on the Fuzi. Hanskin gets a Bat Blast on the 3, but he's not going to take his Lava Surge stun from Dim Strats, and he will be able to blink away, though. Empath obviously inside him as well, and the mid tower falls, so they do lose 3 heroes there, and that's pretty substantial. They only have to give up Lodestone and Engineer. Again, pretty substantial. But that's my point. You know, they take a team fight like that, and they win the team fight. Even after they lost Lodestone and they forced a buyback, they won the team fight. You've got these ultimates that are great. And they're on relatively short cooldowns. They can fight again in a minute. So, push a tower. I mean, you took top tower, that's it. It's 20 minutes in. You've taken 1 tower. You've got no Ophelia on your team. You should be much, much, much more, you know, consistently pushing than this. Not to mention, you also have to consider, this is about as weak a BMG team as you're going to see. Because they've got 2 ringers. And not to say the support and Weak Aim Strong are bad players. I know support isn't. I don't know anything about Weak Aim Strong. But, you know, I know support isn't a bad player. The issue is more about synergy, it's about teamwork, it's about doing things like forcing Hanskin into an unfamiliar role. Because he's typically a second support here. Shadowstorm's going to go down here. Rocket Drill hits, and that's going to be yet another kill. No, he gets the blink off, and the haste rune will be popped. But now he's in the middle of the woods. Going to need another blink, and should be able to get it. I assume he's got a TP. I don't actually know. He probably just run out here now. He's got a haste rune. He can just run away. Doesn't even need to blink. Maybe you want something here on Swiftblade, and actually we'll drop the Haunt. He's going to TP away. We'll see if they can do anything. Nope. And Swiftblade just like, yeah, you have no stun, buddy. Off the side here, Pyro and Blacksmith looking for an engagement. Obviously, Pyro has that portal key, so has the ability to jump in, but will not do so. The rest of BMG is here. Empath inside of Chipper, and they're looking for a fight here. There's the jump on a Lodestone immediately. He gets destroyed. 2 ultimates obviously used. But the easy kill onto Pethin. And now the entire Hellborn team once again is playing defensive. Rockets go down there, onto Engineer, drops the ultimate, not on too much, he will die. Eruption doesn't do anything as his portal key was cancelled by the wall. Nicely done from Empath. Calcraftler going to spin here, or Swift Slash is there. Empath going to be in a lot of trouble. That's going to be the first kill. Lodestone buys back once again, takes a Seal Kid stun though, and we'll see if they can actually kill Fuzi. Yes, they can. That's going to be a second death. Off to the side here, Han's going to run away. And it looks like Weed Cane Strong is also going to fall. I think Multicast gets onto Pethin there, but that's the last hit. Goes to Demstrats on that Magnus. 3 for 2, technically, despite the second buyback from Lodestone. I really got to call out Count Crappily here. I get that he needs farm, and he's doing a good job of farming now. I mean, he's at the highest GPM in the game, but he's not there when they're fighting. And it's forcing them to do stuff like they were all grouped up behind this tier 2 tower. They're going, oh my god, we can't go in, oh my god, we can't go in, oh my god, we can't go in. They don't have vision in their own woods, which is a bit of an issue, but not that big a problem. The bigger problem is they're like, we have 4. Come Swiftblade, come Swiftblade, come Swiftblade. Why are you out there by yourself? BMG is constantly team fighting. You guys need to be grouped up, and you will outpush them. If you group and fight and push down lanes, you will outpush them. Instead, we're approaching 25 minutes. You've taken 1 tier 1 tower. Ophelia is suffering pretty hard. Okay, yes, but she's not suffering that hard. And this is frustrating because I don't know why they're not grouping up. I mean, they've got a pretty good experience lead here, and at this point in the game, experience is just as valuable, perhaps even more valuable for a lot of heroes than gold. You know, people haven't started maxing out their skills yet. They haven't hit that level 16, 17 mark where it's just stats per level now. And Magmus here will get a stun on Fuzi. Obviously has that focus buffer, so he'll be okay. So Demstrat's looking for the opening there, and that'll do it. Kongor now going to be the focus, it looks like, as BMG has decided, yeah, let's just go for the monkey, get a token onto somebody, probably Chipper. DD on Hanskin. And this will be a relatively easy and quick Kongor kill. Empath also going to join for funsies.
Kongor has been slain.
So, I'm looking at the GPM charts, he's still got Swiftblade up there, and he's doing well. I'd like to know what his items are. I can't, obviously, because apparently this thing is bugged, but it feels like the Hellborn side should be able to take team fights. They're down a little bit, if that. I mean, it's about even, really, in terms both resources are in favor of one team and in about the same amount. So, team fight, man. This is really frustrating to me. I don't know how long all these ults have been off cooldown, but it's been a long time. They're never being used offensively, they're always being used to defend. Swiftblade up top, going to be pushing down pretty hard, but obviously has the spin, should be mostly okay. We'll back out here as he sees Chipper come through. Ancients here will be killed. I believe these are just doubled. Empath and Blacksmith taking them out. Anyway, it's hard to know where Ogre is going. Like, I'd like to know what their plan is. They're just farming. And I guess that's not a bad decision. I mean, their heroes do suggest more late game potential, I guess. Magma scales well, Swiftblade scales very well, Lodestone scales pretty well. But, you know, Hag scales well. Chipper, not so much, but he won't ever really be useless. The burst damage is too powerful there. Blacksmith is going to depend a lot on how lucky you are. And especially as the game goes later, people start picking up shrunken heads. He won't be as effective, but they're not outfarming their opponents, which I suppose is another big thing to consider. Is I think against a team like BMG, you shouldn't assume you can outfarm them. And I guess maybe that's not fair. I don't know. Anyway, bottom lane, Hanskin actually will get picked off there, as he gets jumped on by the Shatterstorm, and Head Smash just does so much damage. So it looks like we might actually see a push on bottom lane. We've got 3 heroes grouped up here for the side of Shrek is Love, and maybe that's going to result in an actual tower kill 30 minutes into the game.
Smashing.
Middle lane does get denied, so there's tactically another tower kill. Swiftblade here could be in some trouble. Will get spotted out by Blacksmith, but drops the spin and TP. He'll be fine. Bottom lane, meanwhile, is getting pressured once again, as Pethan on this Lodestone here, obviously dragging the creeps forward, and Cluck Muck doing what he can as well. Simpolenin on that Ophelia, grabbing the last out of the tower. So all tier 1s are finally dead for BMG. Top lane, though, looks like the last tier 2 tower for Hellborn is getting pressured pretty heavily. Hanskin is not here, as I believe he just respawned. But this is going to be another tower kill.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn
Jump there. All Eruption actually gets into a bunch. Multicast goes down as well, but that's going to be a bunch of damage on Empath. Does get inside of Fuzi there, and that's going to be a kill on Demstrats. We'll see if they can kill Chipper. Looks like they can. He dies first. Aegis gets popped, and there goes Empath as well. So they lose the token of life, but they do manage to get a counter kill on Magnus. They've cost some Empath. Looks like Shatterstorm will be in the midst of this anyway. Rocket Control goes down. Easy kill on Fuzi. They do lose Cluck Muck on that Engineer, but over here looks like Blacksmith's finally getting chased down. Hanskin's jumping in here. Drops an Illusion, as that'll be nice. Actually, Count Crapula lost the vision there, and his ultimate stopped. That sucks. Now he's dead. Rocket Control there goes on to Fuzi, or Seal Kid, but we'll see if that actually is kill possible. Nope. Ophelia dies in the background, and looks like Pethan on that Lodestone will run away, so that, again, felt like an uncoordinated team fight. You know, we saw Demstrats open with an Eruption, and they just killed him. Like, this backup wasn't immediate. I don't know if it's a communication issue or a timing issue or whatever, but it looked like Demstrats was basically just like, alright, I'm going in. I'm going to kill all these people. I don't know if his team wasn't ready. Whatever. And then he died, and then maybe a second or two later, the rest of his team was like, okay, yeah, now we'll kill him. We're about to jump there, the Lava Surge, and they actually do kill We Came Strong on that Blacksmith. And that'll be the cue to back off there for BMG. Pethan's still chasing there, trying to get something here, but Hanskin has the power supply and will be able to run away. So they end up losing a tier 3 tower here on the Hellborn side. They managed to get the kill on the Blacksmith exchange for it, but definitely not a trade that you want to make for more power on Hag, I assume, considering she's got that light brand dot on these creeps. And definitely helping her farm out quite a lot, as she has overtaken Fuzi for the highest farm on her team. At 426 gold per minute, the highest farm in the game as well. As Count Crapula on that Swiftblade has died, of course, several times recently. The CS score 159 for Swifty, 171 for Hanskin, 147 for Chipper, and 138 for Magnus. But then you look at 104 for Blacksmith, and I guess 97 for Lodestone, not bad. 91 for Oath, not bad either. So general CS score is pretty even. Maybe favoring Hellborn just a little bit, just because they do have their jungler over the second support. But BMG starting to close that experience lead and growing their gold lead, of course, taking a couple of towers. Very helpful. Hanskin will pick up the Shrunken Head. Swiftblade spinning on the creeps up top, just trying to clear them as quickly as possible. Once again, all their ults are up. Push tower. coming, Count Dracula, yep. And there's going to be the... sorry, that's Lodestone on Pethin. I thought that was... It's hard to tell. Light blue and gray. Very silly. And that's going to be their Cuter Axe. Hanskin has a haste room, and it looks like he'll be leading the charge here. Clockmock off to the side, looking for initiation, but obviously needs the help of his team to be able to do that. Ophelia's just running in. Takes a stun from Blacksmith, no multicast, obviously. Eruption getting charged in the background, will be able to hit something, but Hanskin has the shrunken head up, so he just doesn't care. Drops the NG ultimate there, and he's going to try to live, won't be able to do so. Physical attacks from play too much, but Simple Linen on that. Ophelia also going to drop. They're just going to be able to chase the Hellborn, Legion side out of the Hellborn base. It looks like Lava Surge on Fuzi there, and he's going to be in trouble. Seal Kid drops a stun into a couple, actually. Fuzi's still in a lot of trouble, takes the mine, and will he be able to live? Yes! Excellent Empath Wall was there. End up cleaning up the Ophelia creeps. We'll see if they can turn this around. Actually, Blacksmith getting a stun, and then Seal Kid with the last hit. Count Crackler there spinning, trying to do something here, but multicast onto Magmus, and now you're gonna get the counter as well. Fuzi does die for it, but it looks like this might be Rax. The entire Hellborn side is dead. Lodestone coming back up thanks to his much earlier death. But this is still going to be a top Rax, as the melee will get finished off here.
Barracks has been destroyed.
And we'll see if they can also take the train. Shadowstorm getting charged up in the background there, and they jump onto Seal Kid, but he gets the portal key off first. Multicast goes down, and Shadowstorm doesn't hit anybody. Rocket Drill is currently being charged. He drops the Barb Armor as well. Buyback there from Demstrats, and push book forward. They're going to try to get some cleanup kills here. Another TP coming in from the side. Looks like it's Ophelia. And Rocket Drill is there. Will actually get the kill despite the push book onto Blacksmith. And Empath here is trying to distract as much as he can to keep Weak King Strong alive. Wall goes down. That's not going to be enough. Now Empath going to be in a lot of trouble as well. She's getting chased down by 3. Looks like the Lava Surge stun available in a couple of seconds. Rocket Drill first will hit, and the Lava Surge also connects as Pathin with the last hit cleans up the kill. So they do lose the top Rax, but they get a fair number of hero kills in exchange for it. Of course, their entire team died, so not really worth it. And buybacks were used on both Ophelia and Magnus. So BMG in pretty good control of this game here, having that lane down. Obviously, it means more than just the 9k gold lead and relatively even experience, because that's going to constantly push in. It's going to be a source of annoyance for this Hellborn team, and something that BMG can use to their advantage, obviously. Invis Clockmuck on that engineer, running around in the Legion Woods. Will they find Seal Kid? Let's see. Yes, they will. There's one stun. There's the keg stun. Drops the NG field, actually. And that's going to do just enough. Seal Kid trying to turn this around. Won't be able to do so. And that'll be it. Push book away. It is just fine. So they do use 2 ultimates, but they managed to pick off the second support here. Up top, Hanskin actually gets the kill on Ophelia, trying to port away, but not successful. Just a little bit too much right click and damage coming up from that Wretched Hag. So, a bit of miscoordination too there as well, because that keg stun launched Pyromancer way, way far away from Magnus's eruption, so oh well. Calling over round 2, going to be attempted here. And it's once again going down very, very quickly, even though nobody has double damage during this time. Wards here will spot Lodestone, and we'll see if they continue to do something about this. It looks like he doesn't actually know. Rockets from Fuzi will scout out quite a lot. So they definitely know Conquer is going on, but not enough time to do anything about it here. Lodestone on site. We'll get Hellflower here. We'll see if Pathin can survive this. Not so much. Getting sawed on by the Saw Blades. Black Blast will finish him off. Probably not necessary, but went for it anyway. Demstrats and Cluckmuck both looking to get kills here. Or get killed here, I guess is a better way to put that. There, Hanskin can jump forward. As that auto attack will finish him off. Ends up being a double tap. And with that, it looks like the Legion side are going, yay, we've got a brand new token. We've killed a couple of your heroes. And let's use this opportunity to push into middle lane. Hanskin choosing to tank the tower, I assume because he has the token. Energy Mine will actually hit. Eruption there from Magmas, but the Shrunken Heads are going off left and right. CiC's got a Shrunken, man, and will just blow up Demstrats there. Token gets lost by a Russian Hag, and will suffer the silence there when he comes back, so he gets pushed back over the temple, meanwhile, the ledge. Meanwhile, Weekend Strong actually dies there thanks to the swift slashes from Count Crapula, and that's going to be the end of this push here from the Hellborn from the Legion side. Another buyback used there by Magmas, so obviously not the best. Top lane looks like they're going to try to reinitiate here. I assume Fuzi has a portal key. I don't actually... Yeah, he does. I think I saw him use it earlier. But maybe Swiftblade will be the target. There's going to be the jump. Hellflower goes down, so he can't spin, but he's still pretty damn fast. Pushbook away, and he'll be okay. Meanwhile, Shadowstorm is here. Lodestone looking for the jump. Empath going to be in a lot of trouble. Nice Storm Spirit there. Will help keep her alive for a while, but not end up saving her life. Meantime, support first death, and looks like Hanskin is trying to get out of here. Is hiding in the woods, doing pretty well. And over to the side here, Fuzi providing a bit of a distraction. Hanskin will be able to blink away, and he should be just fine. So, nice scatter there from the Hellborn, for the Legion side, excuse me, as they manage to evade Hellborn aggression, despite the fact that they've generally got some long-range initiation with those multiple portal keys. And of course, Lava Surge and Rocket Trail. I assume Hag's buying a TP, yep, and then just runs away. So BMG continuing to increase their resource lead. Obviously, you know, as the game goes on, each piece of gold means less and less. So check the percentages here, and it's 54% and 51%. So it's not insurmountable. I mean, one good team fight here from Hellborn, and all of a sudden they're right back in this game in terms of pure resources. Part of the problem, of course, is the fact that this Rax is down. Part of the problem is no tier 2s have been killed in their favor, and really these are all very high health. Now, the Hellborn side can push fairly effectively, like I keep saying, if they group up, but they just keep refusing to do so. So I don't know if they're just looking to try to take a team fight, you know, pretty substantially before they're willing to go, okay, yeah, now we're going to try to push, or what. But I don't know. Spin being used here. Hopefully the creep will get killed. And BMG continuing group up, obviously. As 4 of them are hanging around here in this middle lane. CiC looking for an opportunity, it looks like, to get in there. Magmas wants something here, but doesn't see Fuzi farming easy camp. Bottom lane here, Wade came strong, gonna be in some trouble. Takes the keg stun and the spin, taking a lot of damage here. Pushbooks himself out of the energy field, but he's still quite a lot of trouble. Swift slashes are there as well. Man, he's tanking. Still takes the death, but in the meantime, up top, BMG is like, alright, distraction time, Eruption and Shadowstorm coming in. Feels like maybe that could be coordinated a little better because the Shrunken Heads are everywhere. Sawblade Showdown goes down. That's going to be a couple of easy kills onto both Pethin and Demstrat. Empath jumps inside of Fuzi, and he's going to now try to run away, push book forward. And that's going to be ending that engagement. Nope, it's probably not. They're going to reinitiate here. I assume, yes, there it is. Bunch of rockets. Easy kill onto Simple Leonard on that Wretched Hag. Storm Spirit there to try to save Hag. And she gets pushed book forward. Is she going to live? Yeah, no. Blink animation. And she dies to the auto attack. But this is still going to be a Rax kill, as Fuzi's like, you know what? I hit too hard.
Barracks has been destroyed.
So this Swiftblade is dangerous. You know, it's not something they can just dismiss. But nonetheless, Ogre are gradually falling further and further behind. It's not sudden, it's not immediate, it's not even all that obvious. It's just every single time you look at the golden experience deficit, it's a little bit further in BMG's favor. I mean, 10 minutes ago it was, 6,000 or whatever. And a 6,000 lead in 10 minutes, especially for BMG, is not that big a deal. They've slowly been pressing their advantage. They've slowly been getting further and further ahead. And it's now getting to the point where it might border on the insurmountable. It's definitely not there yet, but it's getting close. I think if they get to 15 to 20, it could be really, really hard for Ogre to close this game. Meanwhile, off to the side here, initial jump on Engineer, but counter jump there into Fuzi, drops the Shrunken Head. There goes the Saw Blades onto Engineer. Will still take the death, and Fuzi and the Shrunken Head will just walk away. Empath is inside Blacksmith here, looking for an initiation. Multicast unloads some, but he just doesn't care. Way too tanky. Empath, while not doing too much thanks to all the stuff they can use to go over it. Shadowstorm avoided by the Storm Spirit. Excellent play there. As it looks like we came strong. It was still being a lot of trouble here. He is so tanky. Meantime, they pick up 10 strats on that Magnus, but eventually Blacksmith does die. Shrunken Head gets popped here by Swiftblade, and he's going to run away. Pathan will portal key on out, and he should be alright. Off to the side here, Simple Linen on that Ophelia. Essence Link is down, takes the stun, and a bunch of rockets. That's going to be easy cleanup. Just not nearly enough health to do anything about it. Only 1,000 at this point. Excellent Storm Spirit there from whoever has a Storm Spirit, which I assume is Empath, in order to save the Shatterstorm damage from Blacksmith, and obviously that helped him live a lot longer. He is extremely tanky at this point. Both racks going down here in this middle lane once again. CiC goes on to Lodestone, as well as the Hellflower, and the Saw Blades do so much damage. And this is looking like it could be Mega Creeps here. Buyback there from Cluckmuck, but that's not going to be enough. BMG are just going to destroy the base, and this is going to be game. Assassin Shroud on Swiftblade as well. And he's running around trying to find initiation. Ultimate down there from Engineer. He's trying to do something, but he's just going to get counter killed. Swiftblade looking for a jump onto Hanskin, but he's like, whatever, I don't care. Sheepstick, now you're dead. And that's GG's. Yep. There it is. So, Ogre putting up a good fight here. 45 minutes against BMG is nothing to shake your head about. That's a pretty solid performance, and they looked good at many points in this game. I think it just came down to it. They're so timid. They were so timid. They didn't want to initiate ever. All they wanted to do was just farm on their own side of the map, and they had such a good team fight team. They had solid push. It felt like if they took some initiative, they could have done something. Instead, they let BMG get the upper hand. They let them dictate the pace of the game, and as a result, I think that really is what contributed to the loss. I'm not sure if they could have won, because it's BMG, but no doubt that did not help them. So that will be game 1, and we'll move it on to game 2.